being able to give them an answer I've been happy with, because I haven't had enough time. But I have enough time today, so we're really going to get into this. I think it comes down to your self-image. Does everyone know what a self-image is? Yes? No? Maybe? More or less, yeah. I mean, the definition on the Google machine is the idea one has of their abilities, appearance, and personality. I think it's, in my opinion, a better way to put it is it's your story. It's your story. It's what you believe you're capable of and who you believe you are. And this story is made up of 4 key parts. It's your identity, how you view yourself, how you describe yourself as an individual. It comes down to your appearance, not just how you dress and so forth, but how other people perceive you. It's about the relationships in your life, the people around you. And then lastly, your experiences. What you're experiencing on a daily basis. What a day in your life looks like. And these 4 areas, depending on what you believe, will reflect that. So if you see yourself as a sporty person, you'll describe yourself as fit, active, and healthy. You'll probably be in good physical shape. Other people will perceive you as doing a lot of sport. Your relationships, you'll be hanging out with other sporty people, and your experiences, well, I imagine you're doing your sport on a daily basis. And this goes for everything. If you see yourself as dumb, these 4 areas will reflect that. If you view yourself as inadequate, these 4 areas of your life will reflect that. And the reason I'm telling you this is that you have a story, a self-image, with regards to public speaking. You have beliefs about public speaking, and these 4 areas reflect that. And it's really important that we evaluate what this story of public speaking is for you, because it can either lift you up or be holding you back. And I want to take some time for you to do that now by writing. Has everyone got paper first off to write down? Some people do, some people don't. We'll get everyone paper and a pen, and then I want you to answer these 4 questions in silence and alone. How would you describe your speaking abilities? What 3 words would you use to describe your public speaking abilities? How do other people perceive you as a speaker? This is not what you want them to perceive you. This is how you are actually perceived. Be honest with yourself. Are people supportive of your speaking? Think about the people around your life. Are they lifting up your speaking? Are they improving it in any way? And what are your typical speaking experiences? When you're on stage, when you're presenting, what do you feel? What do you feel? So we're going to take 3 minutes or so to write down answers for these, because I want you to have a good think about them. This is important. I'm going to get everyone paper who doesn't have, or you can even do it on your phone. Is that easier to do it on your phone? Yeah? Fantastic. Well, technology is brilliant, isn't it? And I want you to ask yourself, am I happy with these answers? If the answer is yes, then brilliant, I'm happy for you. I'll give you a different task very soon. But if you aren't, then that's okay. That's okay. When I was doing this exercise a long time ago, when I was younger, I was not happy with my answers either, not just for public speaking, but confidence in general. When I was at school, for instance, I wouldn't have described myself very well at all. I would have described myself as an underachiever, as inadequate, because I really did look down on myself. In terms of how other people perceive me, well, they probably would have perceived me as dumb, because I was one of these kids who tried to fit in by making other people laugh, by seeming stupid. It's not a good recipe at all, because that led to relationships that weren't very supportive at all, weren't very empowering. And that ultimately created experiences for me which were quite toxic in school. And that really brought down my self-esteem. And when you're in a situation like that, it can kind of feel like you've got a weight attached to you. Like you're carrying around a weight. And this might be the same for you with regards to public speaking. Maybe the thought of it the pressure and all of this, it's just something which you feel like you're carrying around. It's not you, so it doesn't fit. But the good news is we can shed away this weight. We can change our story. But it all starts by first asking the right questions. So once again, I want you to take some time to answer these next 4 questions. How do you want to describe your speaking abilities? How do you want to describe them? How do you want other people to perceive you as a speaker? When they see you speak, what do you want them to think? What type of relationships will support your speaking? Who can you be around which will help improve you? How can you keep developing your public speaking? Who will help you around? Who's going to be supportive? What do you want to experience when speaking? When you're up on that stage, what do you want to feel? Is it elation from the crowd? Is it like you've had an impact? Is that you've been meaningful? What do you want to feel when you're up there on the stage? I'm going to give us around 3 minutes again, 4 minutes again to fill these out. It's very important because this is you creating your new story, and then we'll move on to the next bit now. Once again, take a look at those answers, because what you're now looking at is goals. Goals. Targets of the speaker you want to become. You now have these targets in place. You know where you're going. You know what you want to achieve. The question is now, how are you going to hit these targets which you have set? And the answer is through taking action. For taking weekly action at least on these targets. So if you want to describe yourself as a more confident speaker, you need to invest time in that. Weekly time. So maybe that's looking at other confident speakers, analyzing what they're doing and then bringing that into your own game. Or working on the preparation that we spoke about before so that you go out with more confidence. If you want to be perceived as a humorous speaker, you have to work on your humor. Maybe it's trying things out in the feedback phase with people, seeing if it works, seeing if it doesn't, and then making adjustments from there. And doing that every week until you become a humorous speaker, perceived in that way. If you want to have relationships which are going to improve your speaking, lift up, maybe you have to change who you're surrounding yourself with. Seek out speakers who are maybe a little bit better than you, that you can learn from and be around them. Or look at people who are better on you online, YouTube videos. Research these people, look at what they're doing, and those relationships will help lift you up. And if you want to have better experiences on stage, if you want to be more calm, if you're getting nervous when you're speaking, maybe it's a case of first getting that exposure, seeking out those opportunities so you have that exposure, and then working on those nerves, changing that interpretation like we said before. Either way, you have to take weekly action to do this. You have to go through the process of earning those targets. And by doing that, you'll become the speaker you have wrote down today. And the great news is, ladies and gentlemen, once you earn it, you keep it. You keep the progress you have obtained. So this is not a quick fix, but this is the real fix. Does that make sense?